Frequent urination, ways to keep your bladder healthy. Our bladder is the least talked about organ in the body, but nevertheless it is the important one. The bladder, also known as the urinary bladder, is an expandable organ, which is responsible for holding the urine from our kidneys until it is expelled out of the body. When it is almost full, it sends a message to the brain to empty it, which results in our trip to the bathroom. There is a very important part in the bladder, which is more important than the bladder itself. It prevents the urine flowing involuntarily or leaking. It's called the internal sphincter. Without this, all human beings would be peeing almost everywhere, all the time. See its importance now? The trouble is that a lot of us do not have the time to listen to our bodies. We wait till the last minute to empty our bladder. This is an unhealthy habit. Delaying the urge to pee often causes a lot of problems like urinary tract infection, bladder stones, urinary retention, or even incontinence. The most embarrassing of all is the urinary incontinence. It makes people socially inactive, as they isolate themselves to avoid the embarrassment. Urinary incontinence is the involuntary flow of urine when the bladder is full. This happens due to damage to the internal sphincter, where it has weakened and no longer in our control. A good bladder health is very important. People often do not realize its importance unless it starts causing trouble. Don't wait for long. Here are a few ways to avoid any bladder trouble and to keep your bladder running up and smoothly. Drink plenty of fluids. Health experts cannot stress enough on the importance of drinking enough water throughout the day. This miracle substance will keep your entire body healthy by flushing out the toxins. It also flushes out the bacteria from the urinary tract and reduces the chances of an infection. But make sure not to drink too much, as it can cause you more trips to the washroom. 2 liters of liquids a day is what experts suggest. Avoid smoking. Nicotine and tobacco can irritate the bladder. It is also a common cause of bladder cancer in the long run. These products cause incontinence. The chronic cough in smokers can cause urine leakage. Another good reason to kick the butt. Walking. Walking keeps your bladder working normally. It also prevents retention of fluid in the body, which can cause you to urinate frequently at night. Walking will help you get rid of the excess fluid during the daytime. Limiting your intake of alcohol. Excess of alcohol is extremely damaging to your body. It puts extra pressure on your bladder and increases its activity. Too much alcohol in the body leads to retention of fluid and salts in our body, which affects our kidneys. Other effects of alcohol include bladder incontinence and bladder stones. Limiting caffeine intake. Caffeine is another irritant to the bladder. It simply causes the bladder to go on an overdrive. This results in frequent trips to the bathroom. The side effect of this may be dehydration, eventually leading to bladder damage, as less water leads to concentration of salts in the body. Kegel exercises. Kegel exercises are excellent in maintaining bladder control. These involve contracting and relaxing the pelvic muscles, which connect to the bladder. It will solve urinary incontinence and leaking by strengthening your control over these muscles. Learning from an expert and doing these exercises as a routine will keep your bladder under your control in the long run. Maintain a healthy weight. Excess weight and obesity is the root cause of all the problems in the human body. Excess weight leads to more pressure on the kidneys. This pressure reflects on the bladder, making urinary incontinence more likely. Maintain a healthy lifestyle and diet to keep your bladder healthy and under your control for your life.